Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to yet another episode of the Man Knows Hip Hop Podcast, episode 10. So, thank you all for rocking with us for those 9 episodes. Thank you to all subscribers, followers, commenters, everybody that's tuned into the show, been giving us some
man.
feedback and whatnot, man. So, welcome back to another week. And let me tell you something right now. This week is fire.
100%.
Yeah, man. So, from me, your boy Slack, and my co-host extraordinaire,
E Major. What's good, man? We here. Episode 10. Double digits now, man. It's exciting, man. Yeah, we here, man. Man Knows Hip Hop, the podcast that knows and celebrates hip hop, man. It's going to be a good one, like Slack said, man. We're here.
Yeah, man. So, the podcast that knows and celebrates hip hop today, we're going to be doing some celebrating, some acknowledging, some homage is being paid. So, this is another tribute episode. So, the Redman one went down real well. This week we're doing a tribute to the one, the only, the greatest producer in hip hop, DJ Premier.
That's the one, man.
Premier.
Be here, man.
I know people get caught up in talk about the GOATs and classics and but this is one dude in hip hop that when people dispute his greatness, or the fact that he's had his hands in like pretty much every stone cold East Coast classic in hip hop, his remixes, Janet Jackson and everybody else, like there's nothing this dude hasn't done, bro. There's nothing more than legacy, bro. Like nothing. People are holding their albums back for Primo beats. He worked with Griselda, so he's even working with the new cats, So, bro, what else can this man do? What else can he do, man?
Trust me, man. Now it's a privilege, man. I ain't gonna lie. We do this, and we've obviously said, we're always going to be trying to stay neutral. Obviously, we like what we like, and we have our favorites and all that. But we always try and stay neutral, objective, and that, man. But I ain't even gonna front, bro. Primo's the GOAT for me, man, when it comes to production. And so it's gonna be a very biased episode today, man. So if you're not a Primo fan, I don't know how much you're gonna enjoy this, man. But
man, if you're not a Primo fan, then just unsubscribe right now. This ain't the podcast for you, man.
I support that, man. Definitely support that, man.
I'm joking.
It's all about Primo today, man. Yeah. Don't do that, man. Yeah. All about Primo, but yeah, it's exciting, man.
Yeah, man. So what we're gonna do, man, we're gonna pay homage to DJ Premier, man. One of beats from the 80s until the 20s, man. Just another level of hip hop producer, longevity and everything else. He's done it all. So what we're gonna do this week is we are going to go through a little list of a few things. So the first one, we're gonna look at his beats with Gangstar. So me and E are gonna pick our top 5 Gangstar beats. We're then gonna look at our top 5 beats outside of Gangstar. Actually, tell a lie, man. We tried to cut it down we tried to make it 5, but the man's got too much heat. So
impossible, man. I was breaking out in a sweat, bro. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it, man. Literally impossible.
We had to make it 10, man, because Primo's just got way too much. Then we're going to look at the best artists that he's got chemistry with outside of Guru. Then we're going to look at our favorite Primo produced albums, because let's keep it right. If you're going to be comparing producers to Primo, you've got to be comparing him to other producers that have done full albums on their own, no outside help, signature beats, making great music and making people sound better than they usually do. So he pretty ticks all of that criteria right there. And then we're going to look at who we'd like him to do a project with, past and present as well. So I know all of us are probably thinking what I'm thinking right now, who he should have done an album with in the past, but we're gonna look at an artist in the present as well that he should have, that we would hope that he would do an album with. So stick with us, man. Stick around for the ride.
100, man. It's gonna be a good one.
So my brother, man, you want to fire off first with your top 5 Gangstar beats, man? And let me just put out a disclaimer right now, man. We don't want to be hearing what about Primo's got thousands of beats, man. So we're not gonna list every single thing.
Definitely, man.
So, you know what I mean? So these are like the 5 that, you know, we thought, yes, these are the 5 Gangstar beats. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no, you know, it's just we're celebrating the man's career. So
yeah,
you might actually find something that you forgot about as well, man. So that's why we do these, because, you know, if you haven't listened to the artist for a while, or it's someone that you maybe never have heard of, man, this might make you go check out some of their stuff. So man, fire away,
man. All right, man. Let me just say this, man. Yeah, GOAT talk, man. So we're here. We're gonna look at the Gangstar beats. First of all, one thing that I just want to throw out straight away as well before we get into it is I just want to big up Primo and thank him for the short the 7 to 10 minute episodes he does. So what's up?
Yeah.
That he puts out weekly. I know he had a break recently and he started again. Yeah, man. I just want to like thank him for that, man. Imagine, bro, like we're listening to classics. Like we always say, hip hop is like the soundtrack to our lives, man. And we're seeing him talk about how we put them together. His stories are sick as well. He's got a sick memory. The way he's bringing us into the fold of how he made it and what came about. Love those, man. And one of the things that stood out to me in that as well was when he was one of his Nas episodes, when he was saying that he feels that what Primo is to Gangstar is what Large Professor is to Nas. That's what he feels. Which I thought was a sick analogy. But the thing is, I just want to say this, man. Primo's a humble guy. And he's talking about what he is to Gangstar. I want to say what Primo is to hip-hop, full stop. Do you know what I mean? It goes beyond Gangstar, man. Just what Primo is to hip-hop, man. I feel how you've probably heard me talk about Wu so many times and how I think they've impacted the culture. That's Primo for me, man. Yeah, hip hop would be a different place without him, man.
You know what's incredible to me about Primo? He was not from New York.
Nah, Texas, isn't it?
He's from Texas. And the man has created like the New York sound. Like that is incredible to me.
Actually insane.
That dude has come from a whole, because you know about the South and East Divide and all that shit that was going on. So for him to come from down there, go to New York, and like kind of have New York MCs going to him for that sound, man, that's insane, isn't it? That's another string to his bow, man.
Definitely, man. Now, big up to Primo, man. Definitely, man. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to fire out my 5, and then obviously let you do your 5.
Time to argue. Okay, let's go.
That's it. Right, let's go, man. So, top 5, not in any order, man. It was hard enough getting 5, let alone trying to put them in order. But I would say probably one of my favorite Primo beats of all time, though, is going to be Right Where You Stand, off the Owners album, 2003. With Kiss. I just think that beat's mad, bro. Like it's if it was gun to head and someone said, what's your favorite Primo beat? Gun to head, and I had to pick one, I'd probably say Right Where You Stand. It's just an insane beat. It almost sounds, it's just weird. It sounds like something's missing, but it's just perfectly done. Right Where You Stand, I think it's an incredible beat. Guru kills it. Kiss kills it. Right Where You Stand. Who Got Guns, sorry. Also off Owners 2003. That's with Fat Joe and MOP. Love that beat. Probably one of my most played Gangstar tracks. Incredible beat. So Right Where You Stand, Who Got Guns, and Half, bro. Off Full Clip 99. Love it. So the funny thing is now, like I always say, most hip hop fans in it, you tried our hand at rapping at one stage, bro. That was one of those beats, man, I would just have on repeat, rapping to ages and ages and ages. And I don't know where I got it from, but somehow I got my hands on that beat before I even heard the song, like before the album was even out, the Owners.
I think the album
Full Clip.
I think
say that again, sorry?
I think the Owners leaked. I swear it did.
No, I think it was on Full Clip, that one, Half. Was it Full Clip?
Sorry. Full Clip. That was a double album, wasn't it?
That was a double one, like the 10-year celebration.
I think there was some leakages with those, so that's probably how you got your hands on it before it actually dropped.
That might have been what it is, because I had a brethren, Jermaine, shout out to Jermaine. He used to throw me beats and that, and make beats as well, sick producer. And yeah, he was just giving me instrumentals at one stage, man. And yeah, I had that on it. I didn't know where it was from, like I said, or anything. I just had it on repeat, man. It's an insane beat. So when I heard the album and heard it, and then heard MLP on it and everything, sick. One of my favorite beats. Still one of the tracks I listen to the most. To go old school, Question Remains, man. Question Remains. Another sick beat, another one I love as well. And then the one I put down as number 5, and I tried not to do any honorable mentions, man, because I'd have been here forever. So the one I put down for number 5 was off one of the best yet, 2 years ago. Bad Name. I think Bad Name's a sick beat, bro. I just love it, man. Melodically, it's hard at the same time. I just think it just works. Everything about it really works, man. And the thing that Primo is so brilliant at is that you can just listen to his beats. You don't even actually need vocals on it. You can just listen to the beats, man. But yeah,
all the time, man.
Definitely, man. Same. So yeah, I'd probably go with those 5 as my top 5 gangsters. So to throw out again, Right Where You Stand, Who Got Guns, Half and Half, Question Remains, and Bad Name. So if any of them ain't fresh to you, to the listeners or what have you, if it's not fresh to you or you ain't heard them for a while, just do us a solid, man. After this episode, just listen to the ones again that we're talking about that maybe you haven't played in a while. But they're probably the 5 gangsta beats that stood out as my favorites, man. What you got for me?
Right, man. Some good choices though still. Okay, my turn. First of all, when I first heard this beat, man, I remember where I was, everything. And like you said, man, like everyone tried their hand at rapping. Like I was pretty talented at freestyling, just putting shit together. Like we used to stand in like a circle, and my boy would be beatboxing, and 5 or 6 of us would take turns in freestyling and stuff. That was one thing that I was pretty good at back in the day. And the beat that I would always pick was Dwick. So it's a very simple beat, but it's very brilliant at the same time. And when I went to the Nice and Smooth show and they ran that tune back like 3 or 4 times, man, every time, bro. I just love the simplicity of it, but I just love the bass line, and I love the way that Primo cuts in their names, like a little bit of like their tunes before each person's verse. Man, just everything about that tune. It was definitely a freestyle, man. Like them guys didn't write those rhymes. Just the perfect beat to freestyle too. Like you can put that on anywhere, and people that really love hip hop, man, you know what I mean? They'll know like that is the ultimate freestyle beat, man. So Dwick for me, number 1. The second beat I chose is I love what Primo did with the hook, because there is no hook. So he literally made the hook just off the crossfader noise, bro. That Code of the Streets, crazy beat, man. 1993, Primo just doing what Primo does best. No hook necessary, bro. Just I think he said that was Guru's idea to not have a hook on that tune. So he was like, oh, what about this? So he did the do, and Guru was like, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Brilliant. I'm gonna go for Above the Clouds. That's my next
incredible
pick. What do you even say about that beat there, bro? Just everything about that beat is just another level. Just I don't even know where to start. The first time I heard Moment of Truth, I remember that was the beat that I just rewound immediately.
Yeah,
I need to hear that again, because to me it showed Primo was versatile, because it doesn't sound like something that he's made before. Like he's very much into his boom bap drums and stuff like that. But I'd never heard him make a beat like that before. And you could play that today, and that beat will still
100%, man.
So, and then obviously Inspector Deck went crazy, Guru went crazy, and the story about both of them writing their rhymes to the beat, and then Guru went first, and then Deck was like, yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah,
and then Deck went, Deck went first, and then Guru, and then for them to do what they did on that beat, man, and then pretty much just sitting back, just watching them,
yeah,
work, man. come on, man, just incredible, incredible. I don't think the word classic is good enough for that beat.
Nah.
The next one I'm gonna go for is off the 8 Mile soundtrack, and it's a tune called Battle. Now that beat there, you don't remember that tune? I could tell by your face.
Nah, I was gonna ask you who raps on that. I don't think I even heard that soundtrack. Bro.
Gangsta tune. So
oh, sorry, yeah, we're talking about Gangsta.
Guru's going in on that beat, man, and he's just basically just talking his shit, and the hook is like Primo doing what Primo does and cutting up. So he's like, you want to battle me? Oh, bro, that beat is insane.
That's a go-to after the show for me. See,
listen,
every day, man.
If any of you guys are in the gym and you put that beat on, you're gonna add another couple plates to your weight. So I guarantee you're gonna be lifting some shit until your arms break. That tune, insane. So what have I done? 4 now, innit?
4, yeah.
All right. There's just so many, man. But I'm gonna pick another one off Moment of Truth. It was a toss up between two. It was such a hard one, man. But I'm gonna go for Royalty.
Yeah, man, that's sick.
So it was a toss up between Royalty and Make and Pay, because Make and Pay is probably my favorite song off that album. Because Crumb Snatcher, his verse is incredible. That's one of my favorite verses in hip hop, like ever. I love that verse so much. And but then I thought, I'm strictly talking about the beat. So do I like that song because of Guru and Crumb?
Yeah.
Or do it? So I think the beat for Royalty on its own is incredible. Like I just love how it feels clean and dirty at the same time. Like the way he's got the piano going in, it sounds so elegant. But then he's got the bass line as well that kind of makes it a little bit, boom bap and dusty. Again, just
that's a good description.
Everything together, and just great, man. So those are my fave 5, man. Not the top 5, my favorite 5 gangsta.
Yeah, and it's funny because I put them down as 5s, but even as I'm doing it, that's why I said I said let me not have no honorable mentions because it would just turn into the top 25 or something.
A top 20, you know what I mean?
Easily, man.
Easy. So
depends on your mood and everything.
That was hard, but what I did was I just went for the ones that I played the most, man. And that just made more sense to me. So if I played it a lot, then obviously I must like it. So I just went for the ones. But yeah, man, I could have been all day. Like there's so many of Daily Operation that I love. There's so many of Hard to Earn. There's so many, bro. It's crazy.
Nah, definitely, man. He spoke about like Primo doing the cuts and that for the hooks, man. He's like the inventor of that, man. Just making his cuts into choruses and his scratches to a point where that literally becomes the chorus. You start rapping the sampled bits like you would rap a chorus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. King of that, man. I love
that's
all that.
That's how you know that the dude's like a hip hop encyclopedia. Because for him to pick those lines and then cut it into the chorus, like even I can't remember which artist it was, but they were talking about how Primo does it, and he was like, "All right, just leave for a bit." And he went when he came back, like Primo had the hook done, so he was thinking, like, how has this guy gone through all of these songs and picked these little lines and put them together to make it what it was? Like he was like the man.
Yeah, that's true.
Hip hop encyclopedia. Yeah, it's just incredible, man. Just incredible.
Nah, his choruses are mad because I don't know how right I am if my memory serves me rightly, but I remember hearing that his beats are about 30G for a beat. But you can go right up to 50 if you want the hook in it as well. Right. And I know a lot of producers charge more for a chorus, what have you, but it's almost one of them ones where having a Primo beat on your album is sick enough, but having a Primo beat with his hooks on it, that's worth paying another 10, 20G for, because it's like that's almost what makes the track stand out so much. And it's almost like, bro, sorry to carry on, man, but it's actually incredible because when you think about songwriting and making songs, what's one of the most important things that people think about? It's the hook, innit? Obviously, we know the verse, of course, but it's the chorus, innit? It's the hook, because they know that's going to be the thing you're going to remember first of all. And here you are, he makes tracks so sick that you don't even need to work on or have a chorus or a hook.
You just need your verses, man.
Bro, different caliber, man. A whole different caliber, man.
Crazy guy.
Yeah, whole different caliber, man.
What's your top 5 outside of Gangstar, man? Because this opens it up a little bit.
Top 5, top 10 we're doing, but okay, what we do is though, couldn't do the 5. What we do, I'll throw out 5, you throw out 5, and then we'll do the next 5.
Shit, we're gonna have bare crossover. I can see it now.
We probably will, but it's inevitable, man. Like we said, these are the 10. I've done a lot of shuffling, man, and I did throw a couple honorable mentions only because I had to, bro. I just felt like I was committing some grave sin by not mentioning some songs, man. But yeah, first of all, man, I need to say Nas is Like off I Am 99. Incredible beat, man. It's funny because whenever there's an argument about that album not being that good or what have you, I'm an advocate for I Am. Yeah, I actually think it's a sick album. There's been plenty of times on the timeline that I've actually argued the greatness of that album. Some of my favorite Nas tracks of all time are on that album. But literally, if I had to do like a top 5 Nas tracks of all time, Nas is Like is there. Not only does Nas go in incredibly on it, man, but that beat, bro, it's heavenly, man. It's something insane. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. I remember like it would be on, I would just finish it. Just pull it right back from the start to finish. Just the way it starts. Nah, bro, sick. Yeah, Nas is Like for me. Jay, The Evils, or The Devils, The Evils, I always call it.
Evils, yeah.
Sick, man. Incredible song. One of my favorite Jay songs as well, but the beat is mad. Once again, the way Primo brings in the Snoop sample and the Prodigy sample in there as well, the Illuminati and the Murder Was the Case sample, obviously in line with the lyrics of what Jay's talking about. But yeah, just the beat is mad, bro. Like it's transcending for me. It's almost like, yes, it's literally transcending for me. It's just it's different, man. It hits my soul. I'm gonna say Fat Joe as well. That White. I don't know if a lot of heads will. Yeah, right. I'm glad you know it. I know you're not really a Joey Crack fan, but
no, I know that tune though.
Track's hard, bro. I'm probably gonna go and mess it up now. But I'm trying to remember the album it's from. I think it's Elephant in the Room, if I remember right.
Elephant in the Room, I think it was.
Yeah, Elephant in the Room. Yeah, so that would be like 2007, 2008, something like that. Incredible track, man. Start to finish, man. It's just the way the drums come and the way the track almost finishes just before the beat. Yeah, bro. We'll talk more about that later. But yeah, Fat Joe on that. I think he kills it. Incredible beat, man. I need to go with CNN, Invincible.
Invincible, yeah. That was on my list, but I was like, I know he's gonna pick that shit, man.
Come on, man. It's got to be mentioned, bro. It's got to be mentioned.
Yeah.
CNN, Invincible, man. And obviously we didn't have no CNN on Primo yet at the time. And obviously it was the comeback, the reunion album in it 2000.
Yeah.
Sick, man. Probably still everyone knows how I feel about the War Report, man. Top 10 hip hop album of all time for me. But that Invincible is probably my most played CNN song. You see what I'm saying? I don't think the album was that brilliant. If I'm honest, there was bangers on it though, but it's nowhere near the War Report. But there were bangers on it. But yeah, that track, ridiculous, man. The samples.
You know what I love? You know when like you've got an album like it happened with Deluxe as well when they did We Are the Streets. And, most of it was produced by that guy, and
that guy.
So most of it was done by him, and then Primo just comes in and goes, "All right, son,
yeah, step aside,
take a seat," and then he drops Recognize, just takes over the whole album, and I don't want no one telling me that there's a better beat on that album than Recognize. Then he goes and does it for CNN, and on both occasions, both of them are like, this is our first time over a Primo.
This is what you wanted, yeah. This is what we needed.
What you were asking for, yeah, man.
Incredible, man. And it's this what he uses, bro. As I always say, is like how he chops that in, man. The samples, the bits he uses, the Invincible, Untouchable. Bro, it's mad. Yeah, love it. So, what was that? Was that 4? And then I'm gonna go with for my 5th one. I'm gonna go with KRS-One. Rappers Are in Danger. I know most people would go straight to MC's Act Like They Don't Know.
MC's Act Like They Don't
Know.
Yeah,
but bro, Rappers Are in Danger for me. Fire. Bro, it's sick, bro. I think it's. I'd take that over MC's Act Like They Don't Know. For me,
MC's Act
bro,
like
for me, yeah, that's insane, man. I have that on repeat a lot.
But Rappers Are in Danger. That is a hard beat as well.
I love it, bro. And like you said before as well about Crumb Snatcher's verse. Maybe Rappers Are in Danger. I think KRS goes in on that as well. Like
crazy on that.
quotables after quotables on that. Like Kairos is sick. I mean, he's sick anyway, but he's sick on that. So that may have something to do with it as well. But that Rappers Are in Danger beat, it feels epic for me. Like, it's a perfect title, bro. It's like you feel like, right, this is hip hop, man. Do you know what I mean?
And even on the chorus when he brings the horns in, come on.
Yeah. I love it, man. And he's just like in what's he say in hip hop's atomic structure? I'm the nucleus. It's just like, this is hip hop, man. This is what we need. And it was just like, yeah, I love it, man. Love it. So they're my 5. So drop your 5, and then I'll do my last 5.
Okay. I'm going to have to refer to my list for this one because there was way too many to remember.
Definitely.
So the first one I'm going to say is, I actually tweeted about this the other day because it came on in the car and I was like, holy shit. I heard this in a minute. So It's All Real by Pitch Black.
Bro, I ain't had that for... Wow, that's something I need to actually go back to, you know?
Another tune where he, like the scratches and the stuff, like the the strings again. There's no one better than Primo with the strings, man. There's no one better than Primo with the strings. Look at what he did for Rex as well.
Yeah.
With that, man, come on. Okay, so the second one, I'm going to go for 25th Hour by Rex.
Okay.
If you haven't heard that beat, then I fully suggest
you know what it is? I've heard it, bro, but it's one of those ones, I don't know why, but you know, sometimes you just hear stuff and you're like, yeah, this is sick, and then you don't really go back to it. Bro, it was that.
Not only did Rex absolutely obliterate that beat, but the beat itself, it was almost like Rex and the beat was just going at it. Rex was going in, killing it. And then the beat is just, the way he builds the beat, man, the bass line is disgusting. And Rex flow is just perfect. And that's what I love about Primo as well. Like, his beats feel tailor-made to the MC. It doesn't feel like he's just gone, here you go.
Take this, yeah.
And I think he said a few times, like, he prefers, that's why he takes so long to do projects, because after Gangstar, he'd always put Gangstar first, which I respect totally, because that's his group. So he always used to say, like, he'll put them first, and then once that's done, I'll come back to the other artists. But what he used to do was make sure that he makes a beat for them. So some of them would be like, I walked in the studio and he's doing this, and I'm like, Primo, that's sick. And he's like, no, this ain't for you. This is just something I'm cooking. And then he'll make something from scratch for the artist. So I think that's why a lot of the time it feels like it fits them so perfectly, man, because it's almost like he's making that cake like specifically for you. You know what I mean?
He's missed out on a few projects like that, though, innit?
Exactly, man. So you could think of what we should have had. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Yeah.
I'd rather that, though, to be honest, man.
I'd rather it as it is, man. It's been like, you're never going to have another Primo. You know what I mean? You're never going to have that again. My next beat is Unbelievable for obvious reasons. B.I.G., my favorite MC. The one Primo beat on that album as well. And I think they were saying it was the last tune that was done for Ready to Die.
Yeah.
Biggie was like,
Primo,
I need a Primo beat on this, man. I need a Primo beat. And then when I watched his show that you was talking about,
So What's Up?
And he was detailing like how he made that beat, man. He just made it even better for me. Because Big was like, ooh, shit. Like, and
it's mad, bro.
Then he just goes in and just like obliterates the beat, man. You know what I mean? What number was that?
That was 4. You got another one. You had 2 Rex tracks.
Biggie. I didn't have 2 Rex tracks. I had 1. Although I do love Say Goodnight as well. Say Goodnight is sick.
Why did I think that
Say Goodnight, man.
Once again, are they all off the same album?
Nah, I think they're off 2. I'm not sure actually. I think they're off 2 different Rex albums. But Say Goodnight is. If you haven't heard that beat, go and listen to that beat immediately.
Happily. See, bro, this is what I mean. We're here doing this, and I love take homes, man, because I know what I'll be doing after the show, so I don't even mind about that. Bro. I'm gonna go spin them again.
I'm gonna send you both of those tunes. You're gonna probably, I don't know, you'll PayPal me some money just to say thank you. Because that's how these tracks are. Say Goodnight is, I don't even know how to describe it, but it just makes me make this face.
Yeah, that's Say No More, man. That's a must in hip hop, man.
And it's like a voice sample. I can't explain it I can't explain it, but when you hear that beat, you're gonna wake up your entire yard. Telling you now. But that's all right. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take that as well. So that's 4.
Okay.
All right. So my 5th one, I'm gonna go for Boom by Royce.
Yeah, man. Definitely. The Craig David track.
What more needs to be said about that?
Trust me.
Tick, 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 tick. Everyone knows that beat. When I've been at Primo shows when he drops that tune, the place goes absolutely bananas every single time. Royce kills it. It was early on in Royce's career as well, and he another MC that was like, I need a Primo beat. They built a brilliant career off that start as well. Up through Prime 2, Prime 3 hopefully coming as well. Incredible beat, bro.
Yeah, no, I love it. The rage sample and everything, man. It's sick.
Crazy. So you got another 5 to come.
Yeah, good choices, man. I'm gonna go with Nick Jarvis off I think it was like Primo Presents. It was like a Primo Presents album in about 2008, 2009. But it's Nick a track Jarvis. Called Nick Jarvis, Javas. He done a couple tracks. Yeah, check it out. The song's called Not a Game. And it's sampling obviously AI when he's saying, talking about it not being a game and that. I'm saying it's just practice. Sick, bro. But what Nick Jarvis done, I know it's about the beat and not the bars, but I'm just saying what he done as well, he just like referenced hip hop off of like a game. So he was using kind of like wordplay in that with a game as well, with teams and the sport. Sick, bro. But yeah, the beat's mad. 2009, I love it. I think it's off something called Primo Presents. He was an artist that Primo actually signed to his label.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna check that one out. So
check it out.
You got some homework, and I got some homework.
Yeah, let me know what you think about that, bro. That's a sick track. I like that. He's a sick MC as well. Actually, I didn't hear much else from him.
I remember the name. The name because I think he had something alongside NYGs.
Yeah,
I remember his name.
That's right.
But I don't know.
That's right.
If I hear it, I'll be like, but yeah.
He's on Black Poets album as well, which is obviously the NYG correlation as well. But yeah, I don't know what happened with him, but he was skillful. He was skillful. Obviously, Primo has that ability to enhance an MC anyway. Yeah, but he had skills. Not a game. Not a game was called. So yeah, that track. Show and AG, Next Level. Sick. Once again, that was one of them beats that just used to just have it playing instrumental as well, just freestyle.
Yeah, so fire.
See, for me, I love the original as well. Say that again.
Another great beat to freestyle over.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, had that as well. See, I love the original. I mean, I know a lot of people just home in on the Primo remix, obviously, and I think that was the one that was actually out as a main single, like that was on MTV and stuff like that. Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of people maybe reference that more, but I think the original is sick, bro. There's definitely times where I've got the original over that.
The remix is
that's what I mean. There's times when I've got the original over it because of the horns and the hook. I love it. But yeah, that's one of my favorite Primo beats as well. Incredible, love that beat. So yeah, Next Level. I'm gonna go with Rage, bro. Microphone Poncock, man. Bro, insane. The Redman sample.
Again, the strings.
Yeah. It's mad, bro. It's insane. I love that.
That beat sounded like a horror film.
I totally get what you mean with that. It's like a
and then Rage just
she goes mad, bro. That second verse, she's actually goes sick on that. Yeah, I love that, bro. And I think Mad One's on it as well. He kicks it off sick. But yeah, that beat, love it, man. If we could have got a Primo Rage project, so I know there was talks of that, weren't there? And I know we've got a couple tracks together still. But yeah, that one, hardly ever hear that mentioned, man. Sick track, man.
Wow.
Just Rage just didn't get the mention she needs anyway because of the delays and stuff. Number 4, was that 4 or 5? 4, innit? All City and the actual. Yeah, that was sick as well.
That was Onyx's group.
Yeah, that's right. So what would that have been? I think they only dropped the one album, didn't they?
I think I've only heard one album from them, but there were
Yeah,
some tunes on there still.
definitely, man. I don't even know. Don't you know what I mean? I don't really know what came of them. They're not really. That time was
one of them
prime,
passed
innit?
away. I could be wrong, but because I remember there was a few affiliates of Onyx. Because I remember X1, I think that was Sticky's brother. I think he passed.
Okay.
And then DJ DS passed.
Yeah,
And
DS passed. Yeah.
I swear someone said someone from All City. Like I don't want to put it out if it's wrong, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I read that someone from All City had passed as well. And I was like, damn, like a lot of Onyx affiliates are passing away. So I think that could have been it. But I like that album, bro.
Yeah. And I thought the album was hard. That was obviously a standout for me. The most memorable of it, which is usually what happens with the singles a lot of the time. You either love them or grow to hate them because they're the ones you hear the most. But I thought that was sick. I loved the video as well. Yeah, I thought that was what was that? That would have been like 98, innit? 99? I think 98, 99 times probably.
Very late 90s. Yeah. I'll say around 99 kind of.
See, and like we spoke about before, that was kind of a weird time because 98, as we mentioned, 98 for Onyx was Shut 'Em Down, innit?
Yeah, hard album.
That hard album. But yeah, so it's just a weird time. I think I can't remember who I was talking to, man, but there was a little period of time in hip hop, like late 90s, early noughties, where just some things I just missed, man.
I just tuned out. I really
did. So or I just hear once or twice and not give it. It's just a weird time. But that was sick. Yeah, all natural. The actual. And then what else did I have? Oh, Royce, hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
What year was hip hop? What year was that, man?
That would have been early 2000s, surely.
Yeah, I think it might have been 3 or 4. I may be completely wrong, man. So forgive me if I'm wrong, but yeah, hip hop, man, sick, bro. Definitely one of my favorite Primo beats. Royce kills that. Yeah, I remember even in just the video, it's him. Yeah, sick, man. So yeah, I'll probably put them down as my main 10. I know you've got another 5. I've got to say no. You do your 5 because I was going to throw out an honorable mention, but you may have it.
Honorable mentions, man. And here's you just.
I did. Let me. Yeah, you're right. Let me not. Go ahead, you go, bro.
All right. Okay, so one of my favorite ever Primo beats is Living Proof by Group Home.
Definitely.
So that beat alone right there, it's so simple again. That's why I love Primo. It's just a simple
yeah, it's so sick.
And then you think like, what other producer could make something like that work? But you know what works about that tune? It's the BPM and the bass line. Like it's just the perfect beat. And that's another one.
Definitely.
With no MCs. You know, Group Home weren't the dopest of MCs, but anyone could jump on that beat and kill it. And that's what I think makes Primo so dope as well. Like other MCs want to rap over his beats. And that was just another one that was just...
It was menacing, isn't it, man?
Yeah, exactly. And again, another hook that was scratched in. Just fire. This one is going to blow your socks off, mate. Follow instructions, MOP.
Yes, bro. Yes. Come on, man. 100%, man.
Do you know how hard that tune is? It's so hard that my son was requesting that tune in the car. He was like, Dad, can you put on that MOP? That what more can I say? Like if your kids are requesting, you know what I mean, them tunes.
He's raised well.
So yeah, another ridiculous tune. MOP obviously do their thing, but
yeah, man.
Primo overdid his thing on that tune, and I can't listen to that song once. There's a few songs that I have to play it again once it's finished because it just feels like it's too short, and that's one of them. That is,
it's an incredible track, man. Love it.
Everything about it. So that tune I told you about, Battle with Gangstar. The beat is on a similar kind of line. It's like horns and like a hard bass line. So if you like Follow Instructions, you 100% love the battle beat. So
yeah, I'm on it. I'm
on that. The next one is Crooklyn Dodgers 2. That's number 3.
2. Sorry, 2. Crooklyn Dodgers 2.
That's my third pick.
No, I mean Crooklyn Dodgers 2.
Yeah, because Q-Tip.
That's Chubb Rock, isn't it?
Chubb Rock, Jerry the Damager, and OC.
You've got that one over Crooklyn Dodgers 1?
No, but we're not talking about Q-Tip right now.
Oh, bro, my bad. What, bro? I'm gone. Sorry, man. Forget me. I got lost in the whole trade. I'm thinking, you know what? Whenever I hear Crooklyn Dodgers mentioned, people are always talking about 1.
The first one.
So I'm thinking, so then I'm just so used to hearing that. Hearing you say 2, I'm thinking, oh, somebody thinks 2's better, but yeah, I've lost. Sorry, bro. Two.
People
sorry, man.
Put respect on Crooklyn Dodgers too, and they do, to be honest, because I've put it on Twitter a couple of times, like, which one do you prefer? And quite a few people said that they prefer the Primo one over the Q-Tip one. So
I've actually got 1 over 2, but yeah. I hear you though.
I think it's because of the MCs rather
than the feel of it. Yeah,
beat.
You're right, actually.
And I think because that tune is just, I played that tune to oblivion. Like, I rinsed the hell out of that tune. I know it back to front. And the MCs on the second one did a good job. Chubb Rock's verse is brilliant.
Yeah.
Even J. Rue drops a fire verse on his as well. Primo kills the beat.
Yeah.
It's got so many things happening in it, but it all just connects just perfectly, man. And for him to make a tune that every MC can just flow over, like he did with 1-2 pass it as well.
Right. Thanks for mentioning that, bro. Yeah.
Like, again, it just fits all of those. Even Mad Lion like killed that as well, man.
Yeah.
So that's what my third picks. I've got 2 more. So I'm gonna go for None of Y'all Better by Jada. That bass line again sounds like a horror movie. Like, you could put that tune on in the background for like Insidious or one of them kind of movies there. That bass line is just ugly, disgraceful, and then Jadakiss is just spitting some nastiness over it. And I think I heard that before the album come out.
Yeah, same.
When I heard that, I was like, oh shit, like Jada's got to be giving us something crazy. Just a disgusting tune. And if I'm making this face quite a bit, that's because
what it does, man.
Primo's beats, like, my face instantly is like, ugh, that is nasty. And that was definitely the face I made when I heard that beat, man. So that's number 4. And number 5, I'm gonna go for your guy, your client, Fat Joe.
My client, there we go. All right. I'm actually in shock that you're picking a Fat Joe track anyway.
It's not because of him though. Shit is Real remix.
Ooh, okay. I'm not a fan of it, if I'm honest.
You're not a fan of that?
1 minute. No. Sorry. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the Success Primo remix. That's probably a Primo track that I'd actually say I don't like, bro. The Success remix. Sorry. Oh no, Shit is Real remix. That's hard, bro. That's hard. That's off Jealous One's Envy, isn't it? Yeah, that's hard. Love that.
So yeah, that's my number 5.
All right, man. Yeah. Good choices, man. So I definitely would have said none of y'all better as well. That's going to be in my honorable mentions, but I obviously didn't want to go down honorable mentions route. So
man. Up, bro. Like, are you doing honorable mentions or what? Like, what's going on?
Nah, we're not. I'm just cheating. You know what it is, though, isn't it, man? He's bro. For me. He's a GOAT, man. It's very hard. It depends what mood you're in, innit? Like, look, here we are doing a whole episode on Primo. You're talking about tracks I ain't even heard, bro. I need to go back and just be listening to. Do you know what I mean? So they're going to probably be tracks that would probably going to become some of my favorite Primo tracks as well, because he's just insane, man.
You're going to blow up my phone tomorrow and you're going to be like, bro, this Rex tune you told me about, it hasn't left my shit. Like,
there you go.
All night long, like Lionel Richie. I guarantee you.
So I'm excited, man. That's what I like, man. All right.
Well, what was next on the list, man?
Good choices. Best artist that he has chemistry with, other than Guru, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to kick this one off?
Okay. So this was tough as well. This was tough, man, because
everyone sounds so good with him, innit?
Yeah. But there's one artist I wish he did more with, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. But I'm gonna go for a little bit slightly left field, and I'm gonna say Royce, man. And I'm gonna say Royce because he's got Boom, he's got hip hop, and then he's got Prime. And the first Prime album, bro, that is a 5 mic album. I don't
It's
care what
incredible.
no one tells me.
It's incredible.
You know how good it was. Like you was at the show, innit? When
Yeah,
when
man, I was there.
Performed it. Like how many people can actually do that? Like come to London, perform an album back to front that's only just been released as well, and I have the place packed out. Like
that's right. That's all they had, innit? Yeah, that's true. You know.
You know what I mean? That album, I play it all the time. Royce was doing his thing. Primo was sampling off one guy.
Yeah.
What other producer has done that? Just, bro. What more can I say, man?
Yeah, that's the next level skill, man.
He sampled off Adrian Young's catalog. I don't know any other producer that's gone in and made a whole album of one producer's work. And for it to turn out as dope as it did as well, man. Come on. We're talking about a different caliber of producer right here, man. So I'm gonna have to go with Royce, because that chemistry that they found, and it's lasted from like the late 90s when they did Boom together, which was about 98, 99.
Yeah, I think it's like 99 or something.
Yeah, so from then, and then Prime come out 2009-ish, something around there.
Prime, now I think that was like 2014, I think, bro. Yeah, I think it was as late as that. I think it was like 2014, something like that.
You could be right, you know.
Prime 2 was 18, I think.
Yeah, it couldn't be 2009. Sorry, I'm chatting rubbish.
I think the hip hop track I was talking about was around them times. Actually, I don't even know.
I think it was earlier than that. Another joint that he dropped. I can't remember what it was now. But anyway, whenever it came out, yeah, for them to have that relationship for that long, from doing tunes to doing full blown albums.
Yeah,
level, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Royce.
Yeah, and that's a good pick. I remember the first time I heard Courtesy, because Courtesy was the first thing I heard, and I was like, bro. I mean, obviously, we're not talking about lyrics in it, but Royce just goes mad on it, man. We know that. But when I heard the beat, I was like, nah.
That was just them two in the car in the video, isn't it? Just
yeah. I was like, no, this is actually insane. That same brother I was talking about, Jermaine. Shout out to Jermaine. I remember when I was when I heard it, I sent it to him. I was like, bro, have you heard this? Because obviously, me and him were like big Gangsta and Primo fans, in it. So I was like, man. Obviously, he had dropped stuff before that, but there was something about when Courtesy dropped, man. It just felt like I was back in like 95, 94 again or something, man. It was just
it didn't sound dated. That was the thing.
Nah.
That era, but it didn't sound like it was old. You know what I mean? It was well done.
Yeah, incredible album. Definitely. Yeah, good shout. Okay, so apart from Guru Chemistry, I should just say at this point, man, hip hop confession. Yeah, I used to not feel Guru, man. I used to think like, man,
yeah, a few people used to say that.
Yeah, man, but I used to almost be like, because I loved Primo so much, I was almost like disgruntled. I felt like his beats were wasted on Guru. That was immature thinking, though, because obviously now hearing it, living with them more,
Guru's voice is literally perfect.
Right, it's a match made in heaven, man. It's actually sick. They no one has better chemistry with him than Guru, and it's actually mad that I'm saying that, because I didn't used to feel like that. So it's a good question.
He was too monotone, and his style was a bit too boring and stuff like that. If I'm honest, like he was never like my favorite MC.
Ever.
But over time, I appreciated him a lot more over time.
And as you grow, innit? Because even when you listen to Gangstar now, bro, the gems that he drops, man, or was dropping, like science, man, just gems, man. The things that were probably going over my head at 13, you know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely appreciated.
I appreciate Guru so much more. And I remember one time, my guy Tiso jumped in my car and a Guru tune came on. He's like, bro, turn it up. Like he was a bad Guru fan. And then I was like, do you know what? This tune is actually sick. Like it's it just fits perfectly, man. They are literally the yin and the yang of hip hop, in my opinion. Like they just literally just fit together perfectly. From Primo's like hard production, Guru's like monotone, smooth voice. It shouldn't work when you think about it, but
exactly, yeah,
it really does.
Which is actually funny now, bro, because we're talking about who we think's got the best chemistry with Primo, other than Guru, and you're talking about his smooth monotone voice, bro. My choice is actually the complete opposite. I think no one has better, apart from Guru, of course, no one has better chemistry with Primo than
Is it a duo?
MOP, bro. Yeah, you knew it. He's gonna say it, innit? Oh, MOP chemistry with Primo,
Yeah, wild.
bro. Top tier, man. When you think about obviously the albums they got together, production they done. Obviously, you mentioned Follow Instructions. They obviously you done a couple in it of Warriors,
Warriors,
Sick. Do you know
he
what I
did a
mean? You
few
got
of
this.
the family. He did a few of
Yeah, he done at least half of
he did Firing Squad. He done
Firing
a lot.
Squad.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
did a
Salute
remix
Part One, Part Two.
of their first album.
Yeah, that's right.
Did a few
Exactly
of
that.
their, yeah.
Yeah, man. So they got, you know, and even just when MOP feature on Gangstar tracks, do you know what I mean? Like I mentioned the
Yeah,
Who Got Guns and some other things. Just whenever they're together, bro, the chemistry. I mean, MOP's always wild anyway. Like they're one of my probably top 5 hip hop groups for me. I think MOP's sick. I think they got an underrated catalog. But even just their main albums that everyone knows about, like the first 4, they're sick, bro. You can go in any order, really, man. But even the albums after that, like where they've done tracks with production with Snow Goons and other people that's not really talked about much, they're hard albums, bro. Even Little Fame, when he's just taking control of the production, man. I think it was Street Certified.
He's got
yeah, bro. 100%, man. He produced one of their biggest tracks, in it, Cold as Ice. I think it was Little Fame that actually produced that.
I thought that was Lazy, well, probably Lazy and Fame together, yeah.
Yeah, so you got that, and then obviously, I think Street Certified, he produced every track on there, maybe bar one. So MOP are sick anyway, but I think when they're over Primo, bro, it just sounds mad. Just when they're with Gangstar or on a Primo beat, or they put Primo producers for them or whatever. Yeah, I think outside of Guru, MOP, man.
Yeah, no,
hands down for me.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Can't go wrong.
Hands down for me.
Yeah,
man. I'll say honorable mention. You're probably gonna be disappointed, but honorable mention though, I want to say Fat Joe, bro. I know people probably thinking, man, what is it with this guy and Fat Joe? DITC Fat Joe. Like, I think he's sick. You know what I mean? We're not talking about his lyrical ability. He's never been like super lyrical. We know that. And by super lyrical, I just mean he's never been intricate with his rhymes or anything overly deep. We know that. Listen to his very first album. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a basic rapper. But there's energy. Even look at I Shut Your remix, bro. There was a time and no one could tell me that. And Fat Joe had my favorite verse on there. And people would be like, what? He comes after Prodigy and telling me if he's got your favorite verse. But
he's got your favorite verse when Keith Murray's on the same tune.
Bro, that's what I'm saying though. I remember having debates about I Shot Their remix, and people's like, Fat Joe, bro. I just think it was the energy, man. Like, obviously, Prodigy's rapping. I mean, obviously, Prodigy, we don't need to say nothing about Prodigy. He's sick, we know that. But then Fat Joe just comes in with that energy, bro. It's just mad. But yeah, I've always liked early Fat Joe anyway. DITC Fat Joe. And I make that clear, the distinction. But I just think when they're together, when he's over Primo, I think Fat Joe, it feels like that DITC Fat Joe. So that was an honorable mention. But yeah, man, MOP for me for chemistry, man, without a shadow of a doubt, man.
All right. Favorite Primo produced album outside of Gangstar?
Okay, shall I kick off?
Yeah.
All right. So if we're looking at predominantly produced, I did definitely wanted to say Firing Squad, MOP, but I know he didn't produce the whole album, so I know that. I think he only done about half of it, but I don't know why. But it was only recently, actually, when I was looking to make sure, because I wanted to mention them straight away. Whenever I think of Firing Squad, that just feels like a Primo and MOP album to me. But even though I know he never done all of it, you know what I'm saying? It just feels like it's a Primo MOP album. So I would immediately want to say that. But obviously, I can't because of that reason. So boy, I want to go with our Black Poet, 2009. That might have been what he's thinking about. He talked about him hooking up with an artist in 2009. It might have been that, actually. He done the Black Print in 2009 with Primo. That's a bit of a sleeper, but I thought that was sick in the sense of the production, and I think Black Poet went hard on that. Didn't really feel like a few of the tracks I could have pulled out, and if someone said, "Is that Primo?" I would have been like, I'm not sure. It felt slightly different. Maybe the stage he was at in his career, 2009. But I thought that was a hard album, solely produced by Primo. So Black Poet, The Black Print, 2009. Just an honourable mention as well. I'll go Group Home, obviously. Once again, not the biggest fan, as we've all said, of Group Home. Lyrically, I done what's it called recently, a blog when I'm talking about lyrics versus bars, beats versus bars. For me, I just feel like the bars really let it down. The rapping really lets it down.
Yeah, it did.
But it's so I don't even revisit it that much because of that. But the production is top tier. There's no doubt about that. The production is top tier on that album, man. There's a lot of really good albums on that, songs on that album. But yeah, you go. I had another honorable mention, but I'm just throwing them all out. It's hard, bro. You go, please save me.
All right, man. Well, I've already mentioned Prime.
See, I didn't mention that. Yeah.
So that needs to be up there for a Primo produced album.
Definitely.
I would also have said Group Home, but again, we know all about that. So I'm gonna go with J. Rue, Sunrises in the East.
All right, that's honorable. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that because I never really rated J. Rue as a rapper, like standalone. And I remember I said that once. People are like, "Oh, you're crazy," but then I'm like, "Okay, cool. Tell me what he did outside of Primo," and I'm still waiting. Like. Without Primo, I don't think those albums. Well, I know those albums just wouldn't have been what they were. Wrath of the Math and or Wrath of the Math.
Yeah,
wouldn't have been what they were without Primo. Like Primo made those albums, in my opinion. So,
yeah, I agree.
There's a couple tunes on there that I think I can't remember which tunes it is. But J. Rue's rapping actually ruined a couple tunes for me. Like it felt like he was trying to fit words into a sentence. So he was saying stuff and it didn't fit the beat. Like he was going well off beat on a couple of things to fit it in, and it just really put me off. But overall, like Can't Stop the Prophet and Come Clean and just the beats, bro. Like Come Clean. I remember someone said it sounds like Chinese water torture.
Yeah,
and I was like, man, just the drops from the tap in the video as well, like. What acid was Primo on when he made that beat?
Yeah, it's insane.
Insane. I listened to it the other day, man, and I was just like, Primo was in a whole different chamber when he made that album.
Yeah, man. That's a hard album, man.
Yeah. So the variety as well, the drums on Can't Stop the Prophet is so hard and yeah, dope album, man. Very, very I love that album. I like his second album too, if I'm being honest.
Just gonna ask, yeah.
I think that album sounds cleaner, than Sunrise in the East, and I think J. Rue's better on that album, rapping wise as well. So I think he improved because he wasn't trying to squash words into verses like he was on the first album. But I think the first album worked because they would go for that raw, real hip hop sound, and it definitely worked. You know what I mean? But for his second album, I think they have both got better. But I think people prefer the first album because it's more. It's like with. I'm not comparing Nas and J. Rue. Don't get it twisted. But I'm saying Illmatic sounded more raw than it was written. So some people preferred like the raw. This is my first debut album. Then Nas sounded better than he did on Illmatic. The beats were cleaner on It Was Written as well.
Yeah,
not better. Just you could tell like. He had a bigger budget basically, and I think the same was with J. Rue. Like the sound just was much cleaner.
It was, yeah.
As an album, I prefer the first one for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting because I was listening to them both back to back probably a couple of months ago, and I was thinking the same thing because I've always had in my mind I prefer Sunrises. But when I listened to it back a couple of months ago, and that's why I was about to ask you, what do you think of them in comparison to each other? Because as I was listening to them back, I was thinking to myself, I think I actually prefer rough. And I was thinking, yeah, it's weird because just all these years you think I prefer Sunrises.
I think some of the beats are just better. Yeah.
And you got to look at where Primo was at, I guess. I mean, well, he was in the hard to earn stage for Sunrises, which is incredible. But then I guess when you look at what Wrath of the Marth was 96.
Yeah.
So you look at what Primo had been doing, and even in those 2 years, I know they didn't drop another Gangstar album, but yeah, all the stuff he was
like
doing.
Listen to the Bitches, and the piano he uses on there. It sounds like some very old piano that'll be sitting in a pub somewhere that hasn't been played in years, but he's made like a sick beat out of that. Yeah, he's got some, and the way that he reversed Uptown Anthem, not Uptown Anthem, Players Anthem.
I know what you mean.
Like Junior Mafia. The way that he redid that beat, that was sick as well, man.
Yeah,
so again, Primo was doing his thing on there as well, man. He was doing his thing.
Yeah, the hard albums. No, good choice. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, good albums, man.
All right, man. And the last one, this will be interesting. So, one person who you wish Primo did a full album with, top to bottom. Don't be picking the same person as me, man.
I'll try not to, man. I don't think we will actually, bro.
And someone like a present rapper that you'd like him to do a full album with.
Okay. So past, he's still rapping now. At first I said Pun, just the pure rapping ability. And I thought of a few other guys, but then I thought, what would I want to see? It may be a bit, people be like, oh, here we go. But I got to say Jay-Z, man, as past. Reason being, obviously, most people know he is my favorite rapper, do you know what I'm saying? So I think the chemistry that they have when they do tracks together, I think it's sick, man. We know Friend or Foe 1 and 2. We know, the tracks of A Reasonable Doubt, The Evils, as I mentioned. Bring It On with the Fat Joe sample from 1-2 Pass It. Yeah, we know the intro for 1 in a Million, Volume 1. What else have they done together? So Ghetto, which is sick. Once again, I love the cuts what Primo does in that for the hook. I just think when they work together, bro, it's sick. I know we don't get much anymore. I know Primo was saying he was meant to have some production on La Familia. Yeah, because he was saying that's his fake. Well, this was back then. I don't know about now, obviously, but he was saying that he feels that was one of Jay-Z's best albums, and he was meant to have tracks on there. But I think he actually handed in some stuff, if I remember rightly. And it's only when he kind of heard it back, he was thinking, "Oh, they're not on there." Do you know what I'm saying? And I remember Primo saying, "But you know what I mean? He's a man, and he pees standing up or what have you." And he never took it personal. But I found that interesting to think that you've got Primo beats at your disposal and you don't use them. But anyway, for whatever reason, some say it's because of the whole Nas and Jay beef and Primo saying Nas won and all this and hoo-ha, I don't know. But they don't really do anything together anymore. But I think a full project of So Ghetto, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
1 in a Million intro, bro. Imagine. I think a Jay-Z and Primo full project would have been insane, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the past, I would have loved to have had that around, anytime between 96 and 99. Yeah, that would have been insane. And for present, so many I wanted to go with. I'm going to stop throwing out honorables because it's not fair. So I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to go with RJ Payne. One of probably not of my overall of all time, but one of my current favorite rappers right now. I've got to say RJ Payne. I'm addicted to that If Cocaine Could Talk series, which is probably a good analogy, actually. Yeah, I'm addicted to it, literally. It don't matter which one, bro. I just randomly pay one. Yeah. I think they're all... And you don't get much series in hip-hop, especially like there's 7 of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Where you can literally pick any one of them and he don't fall off on it from the first one to 7, bro. They're sick.
Crazy.
Bro.
6, man.
Literally everyone.
I like them all, but yeah, you're right, man. You could play any of those and they'll all slap.
Yeah, man. And do you know what I mean? Obviously, we know the content is similar, but yeah, shout out to RJ Payne, man. That's an incredible series. But yes, the reason for saying that, I just think he's a hungry MC in a sense of you feel like when he's in the booth or when he's got the mic, like when he finishes his verse, he eats the mic. he gives you that kind of imagery, like done. And I'm just thinking, someone like that over Primo beats, bro, that would be insane, man. So yeah, past I say Jay, just for selfish reasons, my favorite rapper, and I would have loved that to have that in the catalog. And present, I'd say RJ Payne, man. So yeah, they're my two. What you got?
They're dope picks, man. I ain't gonna lie. I could hear RJ Payne over some fire, disrespectful Primo production, man.
Trust me, man.
So for me, it's gonna be bait. Like you say, Jay. I'm gonna say Nas. I would have also loved to hear Biggie. For a full Primo album. That would have been crazy.
That would have been nuts.
If he had his way and he didn't have that little black leprechaun around his legs, then he might have been able to do something like that. But you know, he was looking for the commercial route. So
they fell out though, didn't they? Primo and Big, didn't they?
Not that I know of. Maybe.
Or I don't know if it's just rumors, but it weren't a direct fallout, but I think like because of his affiliation with J. Rue or something. Like it was some spill out because of that.
Yeah. I read that they had sorted that.
Okay, cool.
Before he died. Yeah, because he was going at Puff. Like J. Rue was going hard at Puff. Like if you listen to One Day off his second album, he's basically talking about stealing hip hop back from Bad Boy.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, he's on that vibe there.
Yeah. And then he was doing like that tune "You're Playing Yourself," which blatantly aimed at them as well. So he had a couple of references that was aimed at them, like fake willies and all that kind of shit. Like, he weren't feeling all that, fake Italian mobster kind of stuff that was coming out from them. So, but I'm pretty sure Primo said that him and Big had talked about it and stuff, and I think that's why Primo and J. Rue might have had a little altercation. I think there was something to do with that because Primo's like, "Listen, man, you're messing up my relationships with these people." So. Yeah, I would have gone with Big, but I'm gonna go with Nas, man, because New York State of Mind 1 and 2. Nas is like, second childhood. What more can you say? Like every one of those tunes is disgraceful, disgusting. Memory Lane is one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. That beat is just. I don't even know that one should have been on the list as well. That how nice that beat is. So him and Nas would have made an amazing album together. I think
we was meant to get it, weren't we?
Well, so another one of those that we were meant to.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, isn't it? Yeah.
And for current MCs, I'm gonna go for Rome Streets because when Rome raps, he feels like what you said about that beat where you was like it sounds 90s, like Courtesy, you was like it sounds 90s, but it's not. Rome Streets, like he reminds me of
definitely
a 90s rapper, but he doesn't sound dated. Like the way his energy is and his rhyme schemes and the way he puts things together and the metaphors he uses and the energy, it feels very mid-90s to me. It feels very frozen.
No, definitely.
But not dated. Like he's done it in a brilliant way. And I think someone like Primo will really like energize him and make him want to bring his best, because every rapper that's out of New York is gonna want to go over some Primo beat. You know what I mean? Like, they grew up listening to that kind of stuff. So I think Rome will give it the respect that it deserves to work with someone like Primo. And I think him and Primo in the studio together, like
that'd be sick.
Primo would tailor make beats for him, like as he's always done with his artists and stuff. So I think that will be a crazy team together.
No, that's a dope choice, man. Definitely, man. Rome and Primo. That'd be actually mad.
Sit. So if that ever happens, then please make all checks payable to the Man Knows Hip Hop podcast.
There you go.
We accept all donations. We accept PayPal. All good. All major credit cards. Don't take checks though. But you know what I mean.
Checks.
Yeah.
We even take Usher Raymond notes as well.
Nah, I don't take those, man.
I thought you said you had some in your wallet, bro.
That's for the strippers, bro. That's just for the strippers.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one,
man. So yeah, man. Thank you guys for checking us out this week, man. Yet another tribute episode. But as I said, we're gonna keep these coming because we're all about respecting and giving flowers to the legends while they're still here. Because we're losing way too many, way too soon. And yeah, we want to make sure that these people receive their respect while they're still here to see it. So Primo, just the greatest hip hop producer in my opinion, bar none. Like I don't think anyone comes close to his achievements. Ready to Die, Reasonable Doubt, Illmatic, Stillmatic, everything else that he, I mean, he's got production on every New York, East Coast classic. What more can you say? So big up to you, Primo. Like if you ever come across this podcast, man, we appreciate you, appreciate everything you're still doing. The Now What's Ups is great to see.
Yeah, man.
It's great to see young MCs as well, or like the newer MCs paying him the respect that he's due. Him, Westside Gun like actually said I'm holding my album back for a Primo beat and that kind of stuff. Like so he's still getting his roses, man. So hope you enjoyed the episode. And I said we're gonna keep on celebrating, the greats and the legends, man. So stick around and see who we pick for the next one. What you saying, E?
Yeah, man, we're here. I'm currently doing a poll as well on hip hop's favorite producers. It's been going on for about 2 weeks now on my Twitter page. We started off with about 60 producers, man, and we're down to the final now. By the time you guys see this, it would already have, the winner would have been announced, but we're down to the final. There you go, man. And the final was Primo and Dr. Dre. And even that, just to back up what Slack's saying about him just still getting his flowers now from even newer artists. Here we are, 2021. Do you know what I mean? When was the first album? No More Mr. Nice Guy. That was at 90 or nah?
I think that was
late 80s.
I think that was 89. 89, I think.
Bro, look at it. We're in 2021, right? And still, Primo, he's gonna win. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just a little poll on Twitter. But the thing we're saying is that, come on, man, longevity, quality, bro. I still get excited when I see Primo's names on production credits. And just to back up what you said again about those So What's Up videos, man, they're like gold dust to people like us. So you know what? Let's say it like this. We always say, Primo, if you see this, you know what? I'm going to be tagging the hell out of his name on this, bro, because I want him to see. I know he's a busy man, but you know what? Let's try and let him see something like this, man. Just people here, just giving him his flowers, man. All the way here in the UK, just giving him his flowers, and anyone else watching and sharing and that, man. We appreciate you, man. Hip hop appreciates you. We're thankful for just everything you continue to give us, man. So, yeah, man. That's it for another episode.
The soundtrack to my teenage years, man. Literally,
definitely, man.
Primo, like I've got albums and albums worth of either just his beats or his blends or mixes or his greatest hits. I've literally got like I think maybe 20 Primo projects, like just Primo, on my phone that I listen to like all the time. So literally the soundtrack to like my formative years and my adult years as well. Like I still listen to him. You know what I mean? My kids as well, like they will be able to tell a Primo beat just from listening to it. So that's how important Primo has been to me personally. So it's only right that we gave him his just due, and that's probably still not enough because
I was just about to say the same thing, bro. Do you know how much tracks we've left out? And
exactly, like there's a whole heap that we've left out that we could have put on there. So that just goes to show, man.
It's the GOAT, man. Yeah, man. Flowers to Primo, man. Thank you, man.
So, guys, check us out next week to see what the topic of discussion is going to be. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please do continue to interact, to comment, to like, to share, agree, disagree. Not enough of you are disagreeing with us, man. Like, what's going on? I thought that this Twitter was a cesspit. People would just be disagreeing, but we're getting a lot of love, man, and we really appreciate you guys.
Definitely, man.
Check us out. So stick with us for next week, and we'll see you then.
Peace, man. Much love.
Blessed to all.